Hi guys, this video we're looking at the Mezco Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th Part 3. Now, I've got to be honest with you, I've never really been too much of a fan of Mezco figures. And I'll be honest with you, the only reason I've got these is because they are Friday the 13th. I always find that the Mezco figures aren't as great as, you know, other brands out there. But some reason, I don't know what it is, I'm quite taken by these, to be honest. I think it's more the fact that I couldn't, or I'm in anticipation waiting for a part 6 Jason and a part 9 Jason Goes to Hell, and of course Mezco did them, so kind of gives me a, you know, a reason to buy them as such. But I got to be honest, I don't really know too much about Mezco products. I haven't got the packaging for this guy, I'm sorry, so I can't tell you that, and I don't know offhand the year it was made, unless it's on here somewhere. No, sorry, it's going to go boring for you there for a second. Now, this figure, it's quite a big figure, to be honest, and it's probably one of the best of the Mezco figures, to be honest, as in terms it's quite simple. It is a little bit too cartoony for my liking, but there's a lot going on which is good, to be honest. I was quite impressed with this. When I initially brought it, I couldn't believe the prices these were going for, and I couldn't warrant the price, paying the price people wanted for them. So for me, I was just like, well, I'm not paying that. I'm happy to have the NECA ones, and that'll do. But there's been some on eBay recently, and some great sellers that have been able to do me a deal as such, and here they are. So what do I say? There's not too much you could do with this guy. First of all, let's just go over the axe or accessories, to be honest, to start with. Let's get that out of his hand. Gosh, in the tape. Now the axe, there's plenty of detail going on there on the wood, on the handle, but the axe head just seems a bit pathetic to me, to be honest, you know, in terms of the size of the thing, and then you've got this piddly little axe head on the end, which I think is a bit pathetic, to be honest. And the blood just doesn't look too good on the end there, to, you know, in my opinion. He also comes with a machete, and again, very plain and very basic, and the blood doesn't look great, to be honest. So for me, not too impressed with the accessories. They're the only two, oh sorry, I say they're the only two accessories that come with this thing. It does come with an alternate head, and the alternate head does not have a removable mask. Why I say that a bit weird is because the head that comes on the figure can be removed, so why this one doesn't remove, I'm not too sure. And unlike the NECA one, the axe will not sit. Oh, I'm lying, I couldn't do that before, so that's quite good. Quite impressed with that now, the fact that the axe will sit there. But again, when you look at it, the head and then the side, that handle, the axe head is fine in there, but the handle's massive. It just looks a bit wrong. Let's just quickly pop that. Just going to pop that on there just so you can see him with the alternate head there, with from the end of the film, when he's got the axe in his, oh sorry, when he's got the damage to him. Just going to see if I can sit that in there. You would. Oh yeah, I can do it. I don't know what was going on earlier when I couldn't do it. But if you can see, it just looks absolutely massive. Just looks a bit silly, to be honest, the size of that handle going on there. But he looks cool, and for the reasons that the Part 4 figure obviously already has the mark in the head, I just prefer to have the undamaged version on there. And because there's millions of Jason figures, I say millions, there's lots of Jason figures that you want to have the machete in his hand, that's why I put the axe in his hand, to be honest. No, but that's the alternate head, or the battle damaged head I should say. There. You can just see his eyes in there. Pretty cool. Anyway, let's put this one back on. So, of course, we have a ball joint in the head. Now, he has this funny, massive neck. Partly because of the big ball joint in there, but I don't know, it just looks a bit too for me. There's virtually nothing going on articulation on this figure. The feet don't move, the legs don't move, the waist doesn't move. All we have is obviously the head. We have a ball joint in the shoulder, a rotation in the arm, a swivel in the arm, and rotation and swivel in the wrists, but there's not much you could do there. So you can get the arms in all different positions, to be honest, but that's all you're going to get. Of course, like I did say, the mask can be removed quite easily. There's no worries there, and there's no fear of breaking it, to be honest. And it's okay. I don't think it's brilliant. The holes don't go all the way through, so it's a bit meh for me, to be honest, this figure. And in terms of his face, not brilliant, to be honest. It's just a bit too cartoony for my liking. But of course, up until recently, when NECA brought out their Part 3 figure, this was the only Part 3 figure you had, so you can see why it's popular. I gotta be honest with you, I'm not too sure on why this figure gets the price, you know, the amount of money it can, and why it's so highly collectible. I don't know much about Mezco, to be honest. I don't know if it's because of the Mezco name, but for me, I definitely would buy the NECA Part 3 figure over this one. If you know, if I stood there and for some reason I was able to get the Part 3 NECA and the Part 3 Mezco at the same time, I would just go for the Part 3 NECA. This is the NECA one. It is a bit smaller, as in it doesn't look as bulky. They've both got the old hump going on there, and of course Richard Brooker did a fantastic job of portraying Jason in the film. I just think that the NECA figure is a better figure in terms of its sculpt and look and movie accurate and posability. There's more going on with the NECA one, to be honest, than the Mezco one. But that's just obviously my opinion, and you might be shouting at your computer screen now going, what are you on about? But that's my opinion. But anyway, that's obviously a look at the Mezco Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th Part 3 3D for you. Obviously, as always, thanks for watching, guys. As always, thanks for subscribing, leave comments, and I'll obviously always try and get back to everyone as and when I can. And yeah, I'll catch you guys again soon. All the best, catch you next video. Bye bye.